how to save almost 8,000 raise on your kitchen renovation. I'm going to tell you about some items you can use as alternatives. Very good, inexpensive, and that have the same effect as expensive products. Hey guys, how are you doing? All good? I'm Ed, the architect, and in this video I want to show you in practice using an example from a project we did. Saving almost 8,000 reais by swapping out some decoration items, porcelain tile installation materials. In short, saving money without losing luxury or sacrificing sophistication. What's the first item you're going to do? Instead of using the same stone from your countertop for the backsplash, you use the porcelain tile from your wall, right? The one you put on the wall behind the sink. Think about it with me here. Are you going to put porcelain tile on the wall behind your sink? Let's imagine your kitchen has a sink, a stove, or a cooktop, for example, just a straight countertop. Let's picture it like that. And then you put the tile, the porcelain tile, on that wall, and you'll already save money because you don't need to put porcelain tile everywhere. Considering that on the top you have cabinets and on the bottom you have a cabinet, you'll just cover that strip between the countertop, your cabinet, and your upper cabinet. So if you already put the porcelain tile, what's the need for a backsplash? Alright, about the countertop. People are really used to putting the backsplash after the porcelain tile, but I don't see that as necessary. Especially if you have a nice porcelain tile, right? A porcelain tile that stands out and you want to highlight it. So the first point here is that there's no need for you to use a backsplash considering you already have porcelain tile installed on the wall behind your sink. Built-in power strip, right? Or even a RAW, a strip of outlets in the overhead cabinet of your kitchen. You don't need to fill your kitchen with outlets everywhere, okay? Let's add a lot here since you can never have too many outlets. Wait, that's not how it works. There are fixed outlet points, like the outlet for the refrigerator, the oven, the microwave, the water filter. Those are fixed outlets. What I want you to understand are those general use outlets for everyday things, like a blender or a mixer, right? Those outlets there, that type of outlet, you don't need to fill your wall with them because they're for general use, Casual use, it's not every day that you'll be constantly plugging in that device. Wooden doors instead of putting glass, okay? In your kitchen cabinets, first of all, it's cheaper, okay? You'll agree with me here that having a wooden door instead of glass on your kitchen cabinets is already cheaper. Second, it's much more functional, okay? Think about it with me too, all right? These are examples I'm bringing you here that will help you save money, and at the same time, you'll see the reason behind these tips I'm giving you. Glass and mirrors in general in the kitchen tend to get dirty more easily and quickly, right? It feels like you clean it today and tomorrow you're there cooking and everything and those little stains start to show up again. So when you choose to use a wooden door, right? For your cabinet, first of all, it looks better in my opinion. It's more functional and it's cheaper. Considering that the mirror, depending on the type you choose, can even cost twice as much as the wooden finish itself, okay? So that's another item here that's also functional, decorative, and inexpensive. A cleaner faucet with a more sophisticated design instead of using that commercial style faucet you see in every kitchen. Those of you who have been following me here for a long time know that I'm a fan of kitchen faucets. We use a cleaner, softer faucet, not clean as in dirt-free, okay? Clean in terms of looks, clean when you look at it, you see a smoother faucet instead of seeing that arch full of rings, full of bulky stuff. From the gourmet faucet, not that it's bad. If you like the gourmet faucet, there's no problem. You can use it. My opinion is, if you're going to redecorate your kitchen, if you're renovating, go for a smoother, cleaner faucet. It's cheaper than a gourmet faucet, okay? Just compare the prices and actually I'll do the following. Some of these items here, like faucets for example, and a few others that we'll look at here, I'll leave the link for some of them in the description of this video for you. Yeah, like you see it in every more sophisticated faucet with a more modern and cleaner design, okay? And where can I find it? The link is down here in the description of this video. Skirting board made from the same tile from your same porcelain tile instead of using the material from your stone. What is a toe kick? Imagine here you have a cabinet, the bottom part of your cabinet where the stone is, your countertop will be supported there on the floor on your tile. You know that little base that we usually make out of masonry, or sometimes it's made from the carpentry itself? You know that little front piece that's there? We call that a toe kick. Some people call it the cabinet base, but I call it the toe kick, period. And then instead of putting that lower part made of stone, the same material as your countertop, you use porcelain tile because that way you have continuity with your floor. You don't have porcelain then stone, you know? You don't have a break in harmony there. You have porcelain tile, right? It's the same thing as, think with me, it's a baseboard. Let's imagine it that way. It would be a baseboard, okay? Just to make it easier for us to understand here. So you use this toe kick from the same material as your floor, from the porcelain tile. You'll save money because you'll cut one of your floor tiles to make the toe kick. It will be much cheaper than having the marble shop charge you per meter for this, right? From the stone you chose to put down there. So besides looking nice, it's also cheaper. Tile only on the wall by the sink, where your sink is, where your stove is. Here's another tip too, which is really cool that we use in our current projects, okay? And you'll agree with me, look, is it really necessary for you to put tiles on all the walls of your kitchen? In my opinion, there's no need. Only on the wall where your sink is, where your stove is, on those walls, it's essential for you to use tile, porcelain tile, or some other nice wall covering that you're going to put there, okay? There's no need for you to put it on all your walls. So that's going to help you save a lot. It's going to help you save a lot of money, okay? Because imagine you buy porcelain tiles, buy materials, pay for labor to cover your whole kitchen, when you could just use a good, strong, resistant, washable paint to paint it, right? You can leave the other walls of your kitchen smooth and only put the tiles on the wall behind the sink. This tip will also make your kitchen look really nice, giving it a light, calm, and soft atmosphere. And look, it will help you save a lot. And lastly, I wanted to leave this point for you. Here, which is the range hood, it's mandatory for you to install the range hood immediately after you renovate your kitchen. Pay attention, I left this item for last because I want to bring up a discussion with you. Look, especially when you live in a house that's well ventilated before you install, before you buy, your range hood leaves the connection up there on the ceiling, the power outlet, right? The socket that's going to be installed, and you already installed the duct. If it's an exhaust hood that's going to send this, it's going to suck up that steam and throw it outside your house. Leave the connection, leave everything ready, but don't buy your range hood yet. Do you know why? I'll explain it to you. There are some projects I did here where my clients chose not to install the range hood. What do you mean? Like they didn't choose to install the range hood. It depends on your usage. It depends on your daily routine, okay? If you're not used to using your kitchen constantly, cooking a lot, always preparing food there, why would you install a range hood? Especially if you have good air circulation in your kitchen, if it's a big kitchen, if you have nice windows there to allow good airflow, right? Especially if the cooktop is induction, for example, right? Since there's no open flame like on a gas cooktop that the wind could blow out if it's an induction cooktop. With induction, for example, there's no need for you to install a range hood. Try it out. I'm not telling you to install it or not to install it. I'm telling you to do the following. Leave the connection there ready, leave the duct installed, everything set up, and then start using the kitchen. Wow, you'll really need it. It's getting really bad, so I need the range hood, but you only buy and install it after some time once things have eased up a bit, right? The financial issue is that you've already done the renovation, you've paid everyone, all the materials are in order, then you go and buy a nice range hood. But if you realize over time that using your kitchen, wow, you really don't miss it, then why bother? And let me tell you something, okay? Just this will make you save at least about 4,000 Rs at the very least, because a good quality, nice looking range hood starts at 4,000 and up, okay? So, just there. I told you that this renovation here, this video I'm bringing to you, is about saving almost 8,000 Rs. But if you add up the savings on the wall covering, the range hood, the baseboard, the faucet, the backsplash, look at how many things I'm talking about here, okay? You're gonna save a lot more than 8,000 Rs on this kitchen you're gonna have. So guys, what I want you to understand, okay? First of all, we do in our house what makes us feel good, what we like. I'm here simply to help you. I'm here simply to give you tips about what I do as an architect, about decoration, projects that my clients bring, right? That we do for our clients. And then I bring it here for you. And suddenly to serve as an example. But that's it. Taste is taste. You're going to do whatever you want, but I'm sure that some of these tips here made sense to you. Don't you agree with me? And I want to hear your opinion. Leave me a comment here. Edipo, I agree with you on these 7 points you mentioned. Edipo, I disagree with the first, the third, the fifth. Leave your opinion for me here. It's very important even for us to bring the next video, the next content based on your question, on your doubt. All right? I hope you guys enjoyed it. The link to the products I mentioned is down here in the description. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed yet, all right? Like the video and leave your comment. Take care.